Hey, hello, welcome my beautiful people. My name is Donnaya-Patrice and I am your host of When Shift Happens, because shift be happening, you feel me? If you get it, you get it. That's exactly why I named it that. But anyway, so on today's episode, which would be the very first episode of this podcast, thank you, welcome, grab your tea, your water, whatever you're going to be sipping on. Make sure it's good. Make sure it's nourishing your body, your mind, your soul, that connection, because it's essential. Okay, baby? When you nourish your insides, your outsides reflect it. Okay, that's why when you see a pretty girl and you be like, ugh, she's so pretty, but her insides is nasty, so it makes her not so pretty anymore. Yeah, it's the same thing. When you are feeding your body foods that are not good for your insides, it reflects on the outside. But I digress. Enough of the chit chat. So I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about who I am, why I'm starting this podcast, and what you can expect from the podcast when you continue to listen and tune in every week. But yes, like I already mentioned, my name is Donnaya-Patrice. I am currently 26 years old, 26 years young. My birthday is in, I want to say 3 weeks. I'm an Aries baby, 4/13. All right, if you're an Aries, I love you. I love y'all all, but the Aries, we just hit a little different. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. And just a few hobbies of mine, just to get a little glimpse of who I am, right? I love to read. I'm a big reader. I love accumulating knowledge. I love sharing that knowledge. Another reason I started this podcast, because I do want to share all the knowledge and wisdom and life experiences with y'all in hopes of, helping somebody. I love to dance. I love to move energy throughout my body. I am very in tune with my body and listening to all of the messages and signals that the body does provide for us to listen to, so we can work with it, because this is our vehicle. Our body is our vehicle, is what keeps us going every single day, so we got to take care of it. And yeah, that's another reason I just love to dance, because it's that mind body soul connection. I like to cook. I didn't know how to cook, I want to say some years ago, maybe 5 years ago. No, didn't know how to cook. I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he would always be like, yo, you're never cooking. What type of women are you that don't cook? So after we broke up and I was just like, yo, I'm done with relationships, I need to tune into myself, I realized how beautiful cooking is. And it's really an art. You can put your love, your spices, your good energy into the meals that you make, and I feel like everything tastes better when it's home cooked with love. It's the good vibes that you put into it. And like they say, you put your big toe in this, I put my big toe and my heart in that. Okay. I love to travel. I'm big on traveling. It's my thing. I inspire to travel the world, connecting with people, just basically meeting people from all walks of life, and just seeing how similar we are, because we are all spiritual beings in these human forms, but we're also very, very different, because I like to see each individual as their own universe. They have their own planets, they have their own characteristics. I am currently about to be 3 years of being a vegan. I actually stopped eating heavy red meat back in 2020. It's now 2025, right? Back in 2020, and I was a pescatarian for, I want to say 2 years. Yeah, it had to be 2 years, because I'm about to be a vegan in 3 years. And then one day I just decided, hey, I don't want to eat this anymore. I don't like how it's making my body sluggish, and it's not for me. So that's just a little glimpse of who I am. My idea of running this podcast is more like a open journal diary type of thing. There's gonna be a journaling prompt that triggers an idea for an episode weekly. I love to journal. I love shadow work. I love tuning into speaking with myself, with source, with God, with the universe, whoever, you want to speak to. It's all one. We're all one consciousness. And so I love the beauty in that. And so I'm going to start off with a journal prompt or a journal entry that I wrote prior to recording the video. I might read a little from it, give y'all a little glimpse of it, where my head is, and that's just gonna create the flow of the conversation for that week's episode. Hopefully y'all comment. I know y'all gonna comment, because come on, that's what we're here for. You're not just listening to listen, you're listening to connect, and that's the reason I'm creating this platform, because I want to create a community where we can connect with one another, where we can act as guides for each other, where if I am lacking in something, I hope that y'all reach out to me, give me some guidance, and we can work through these things together, and vice versa. If I'm looking down, it's because I wrote some notes. But like I said, this is going to be like an open journal type of thing anyway, so I'm going to always be looking at my notes. But yeah, so basically this is just my point of view on my life, how I overcome obstacles, how I show up for myself, and it's just allowing me to be consistent with showing up for myself, me documenting my life, me hoping that even if it's one person that listens to my podcast, that they take something from this and they grow from it, they learn from it. A wise man learns from his mistakes, but a wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. So I hope that, I can help save y'all, protect y'all from having to go through some of the hard, traumatic things that I had to experience to get to this point in my life, and vice versa. We in this together, y'all. Like, we are not alone. You are not alone. You're not doing this life thing alone. And that's another thing I hope y'all see through my podcast, that even if you feel like the world is falling apart and you're doing everything that you need to do and it's just still not working out, at least we have community. At least we have one another. There's always somebody that has went through what you've been going through, or is yet to go through what you've been through, so you can help guide them. A space where we are very blunt, we are very honest, we are raw. There is no sugarcoating on this side. I'm an Aries. I don't do that. I am this is what it is, and let's move on from it. Let's work with what we have and let's make the best of it. So yeah, we're not gonna run from our issues. We're gonna face them head first, like the ram that I am, and we're gonna get through this together. So this was just a little trailer and intro to what you can expect from the podcast. I really, really am excited about this. I hope that you guys are just excited as I am, and share it with a friend. If this is your type of vibe, I hope to see you again next week. These podcast episodes are going to be going up every Thursday. That is when I have the most free time to actually work on this, and this is me holding myself accountable. I said I'm going to do it, so I'm doing it. I've always been in front of the camera, so I'm big on talking, communicating. This is no different. This is now just me expanding my knowledge, my wisdom with more than just the person that I meet in front of me, but with people across the world. And that's literally what I'm here to do. I feel like this is my purpose. So thank you for listening to the end. If you made it to the end, I love you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope to see you, or if you're listening, I hope to speak to you next Thursday. Until next time, I love you. Blessings, ashe.